All right, so the Tanger Center is providing us with some top-notch entertainment. Every few weeks, it seems like we're getting another Broadway production and some other ones sprinkled in there too, not Broadway. But that life on the road for these folks, that is not easy. I spoke with Farnsworth, who has a principal role in the upcoming Carole King story called Beautiful, about how difficult that life can be.
The majority of our tour is going to be short engagements, 3 days or fewer. And in those cases, it's almost a lot of just flying by the seat of your pants. You just sort of what's close. Sometimes you get into a place, you have to tech the show, sort of drop your bags off, make sure you sound good, see where everything is, especially in the theaters that can change sizes. You know, what changes do we have to make? And then you have to get yourself ready to do the show. And in a lot of ways, it can be difficult, but I always take it on as kind of an exciting challenge.
You know, these shows can keep an actor on the road for months at a time, in some cases even up to a year or more, but he says it's part of the job and there are some breaks.
You miss out on things that are important, you know, weddings, funerals, getting to see some of your family grow up, and that is an unfortunate aspect of it, but it's so much nicer now with technology. You can connect with your family, you know, via Zoom, and I think before it probably was a lot harder than it is now. And you try to, if you've got little moments. We've got a couple of weeks where we can sort of get away from the show and recharge our batteries and try to take advantage of that to see the people you don't get to see all the time.
You know, I didn't have time to show all of this, but one question I asked him was, I said, if you do this show, and sometimes you're doing it 2 times a day, right? They'll do a matinee Saturday and evening Saturday, Sunday, same thing, usually a Thursday and Friday shows as well. I said, do you ever just do it so much that you forget a line because it's almost just too easy? He said, absolutely, it happens once in a while. And he said, but all of us in the show have been doing it so long that we don't just know our lines, we know everybody else's. So he said, we know how to do the conversation and steer it back so you'll remember what you should have said. He said, of course, afterwards we give each other a really hard time.
I bet, that's funny. I never knew that they could do that.
Yeah. And when he said that they miss like lots of events and different things like that, it almost made me kind of think of news, because you know we have those 4 months out of the year
where my
that
mind
we can't
went,
take
yes.
off, and this is a type of show business if you think about it.
Yeah, and we travel a lot to do different stories, especially our reporters. I mean, it's not as far-fetched as, you know, these guys, but it's still very similar.
Well, they've become somewhat of a family. He said because if you think about it, they stay together almost 24/7 the entire time they're on the road. So, oh, and some of these, by the way, he said the lead that plays Carole King, can't remember her name, but he said her and one of the other principal female roles were in the original Broadway production.
Oh,
so
wow.
we're lucky that we get them, and he's been in this show twice.
I bet that is an amazing opportunity and experience to say that he gets to work with those folks.
Yeah,
I
and
can't
then
wait
we
to
get to see them. If you're going to the show, you'll get to see them.
Yeah, make sure you get your ticket. You already have yours, right?
Mine's done. I'm in. Oh, by the way, in the next half hour when we talk to him again, he's going to tell us a little bit about the play itself and stuff that honestly I had no idea about Carole King that you'll be surprised. Wait till you hear this.
Looking forward to it. We'll be right back after this break.